Hello everyone, welcome to Yotta Vidhyalayam. Today we are going to do a quick demo of what Vidhyalayam is and what it offers to your educational organization. In fact, in the past we have done some demos, but this is a new demo with all the latest and greatest features that we have added in Vidhyalayam recently. As you all know, Vidhyalayam is a ERP software for any kind of education institution, let it be school or colleges. Colleges include colleges like junior colleges, degree colleges, postgraduate, medical, engineering, MBA, you name it. Vidhyalayam does every single functionality that you are looking forward for in your educational organization. Vidhyalayam is an enterprise level software which takes care of every single business transaction in your organization, from data entry to data analysis and excellent multidimensional data reporting. Now let's quickly log in to Vidhyalayam. As you see here, I'm going to log in as an administrator who has access to all the modules. So here is our very high level menu. As you see, different functions of the school are represented in the menu here. Student, staff, library, school, login, add, online reports, printouts, message, and obviously the button to log out of the system. The most important module when you install Vidhyalayam is the add module. In fact, that is what makes Vidhyalayam very special and unique, because in this menu right here in add menu is where you can configure your entire educational organizational needs. You can structure the information the way you want the information to be. For example, you can create, this is a class master module where you can create the entire class structure, sections in your school. This is just some test data that we are displaying here, but you can create any number of classes or any number of sections, subjects according to your classes, and examinations. In fact, the beauty of this software is that you can define what are the names of examinations, what are the maximum marks, and what weightage they add to the final grade of the student. And this is where you define the grades. I know that there are different ways, different provinces and different educational systems like ICSE, CBSE, state matriculation, they have their own ways of defining the grades according to the marks range. And this is just a sample that we have provided here. This is where you can add and configure the grades according to your educational institution needs. And this is where you can add all the sections to your class, subjects to the class, and different exams that you conduct to the class, because we do realize that not all the classes have the same exams, not all the classes have the same subjects. So classes have different subjects and different types of examinations depending on the class in which they are. So this is the beauty of Vidhyalayam, where you can configure every single aspect of your school. I have just given an example of class. You can configure your payroll system. You can configure the promotion module. You can define what are the different checklists you want to make sure that a student meets before the student is promoted to the next class. And this is a basic list that we have provided you, but you can configure and create your own list to ensure that students are properly checked before they are promoted to the next class. And then you can define which class you want them to go to from here. And as you see, there are different aspects like library master. This is where you create your entire library structure, like category of books, floors. Let's say you have 2 or 3 floors in your library, rooms, number of rooms in the library, racks, shelves, number of authors in your library, including the details about the suppliers, vendors, their details, the cost of the book, the publisher details. So as you see, you can enter all this information into the system according to your needs. Journals, previous year exam papers, very important. Lot of organizations like education institutions want to keep track of all the previous exam year papers, and then they want to help students to go through them. That you can save that information here, and also the fine that is collected. So this module, the master data module here, is where you define your school structure, including like inventory, expenses, hostel blocks. Let's say you are a residential school or residential college, you can define your entire hostel structure here. The fee master, another beauty of Vidhyalayam, is where you can define the entire fee structure of your organization. Let's say there are different types of fee: annual fee, term fees, extra charges, all this is configurable. You create this data and then you create the different types of fees and assign them to different classes, and that is how you customize the entire fee structure for your organization. That is the beauty of Vidhyalayam, where every single aspect of the software is configurable. The transportation, let's say you have a transportation like a school bus or a college bus, you can configure, you can create different transportation methods, you can create the bus stages, bus timings, schedules for your exams, exam timetables, passwords, everything can be configured from this module. That is called the master data module. Once you create your entire structure according to your needs, then it becomes very easy for you to do any kind of transactions. Now let's go quickly into the student module. Student module obviously is where you capture data. You can create a new student right from here. There are different tabs that you fill, like personal information, family information, admission, address, emergency, and then status of the student. All this can be captured with click of a button, and then you can save all that information including the photo. And then we can keep track of all the marks, subject marks, the attendance of the class. You can take attendance by individual student or you can take attendance for the entire class here. You can come here and sort the information by class, by section, and by academic year, and then take the attendance. And as you see, the attendance here offers a very big list of different types of attendance, and you can choose from this: absent, absent medical, absent illness, half day morning, half day afternoon. There are like 30 or 40 types here, and again this list can be configurable for you according to your needs. So the entire class attendance can be taken. In fact, the schools currently are using this. If there are 30 classrooms, all the 30 class teachers are taking attendance for the entire class from one shot and be able to save all that information. And then, like I said, we can do the entire student marks here. So this right here, you can display all the marks. You can capture the marks as we have seen in the other menu item here. So all that we have entered in the master data shows up here, and the grade is calculated according to what has been defined. Let's say I change this to a different number here, and you will be able to see the grade changes instantly here. There you go. That is the power of Vidhyalayam. Everything is configured for you very easily. Also here in the student module, you can pay the fee of the student. So right here you can click add to fee, and then you should be able to select the term. Just quickly select a fee here and then add, and that adds. So you can add any number of fee. Let's say we know that schools have different types of fee: annual fee, term fee, special fee, exam fee, accessory fee. All kinds of that information can be added from right here to the student information, and then that student can actually pay the fee right here. So I'll quickly show you. So fee pay, again it gives you full flexibility. So you select the term that you want to pay the fee. So if you see, the fee that we added there is now displayed here, and then this information obviously you can type based on whatever the fee is paid for. I'm just going to type some random number here. It's a payment type. Let's say it's a check or a cash, whatever is applicable here. It's a revenue for the school, so, and then receivable, it's a payment, and then the total. So this is where you pay the total amount, and then when you click pay, the fee is paid, and it generates an excellent fee receipt here with this logo of the school and the details of the fee that was paid for that student. So you can print this receipt or you can email this receipt to the parents accordingly. And again in the student module right here, there is a student study certificate. Student promotion can be done from here, so you can manage the entire student promotion, make sure all the checks are cleared, and then the student can be promoted from one class to the other. And there are a couple of important forms here, like student checkout form and visitor form, that can be used. Now let's move on to other aspects of the system here. There is health aspect, health module. At the time of admission you can take the health information of the student, and you can also do frequent health checkups. And another important module is incident management module, where you can track of any kind of incident that happens in the school. You can create a case ID, an incident ID, and then you can define what is the category of the incident. So this module helps do lot of anti-bullying stuff in your school. Basically, you can keep track of which problem students are doing the similar incidents in your school and where that incident is happening. You can keep track of that information and you can review that information and what is the motivation behind the incident. You can add people to the incident automatically. You can select a student from here, and then if there is a teacher that is involved, even that information can be added directly from here, and then you can keep track of all that information right here. The primary behavior of the student, the secondary behavior of the student, and what is the motivation behind that incident. So we have seen that the schools that have implemented and used Vidhyalayam are able to already reap amazing benefits from this module by reducing the number of incidents that happen in the school, because now they are very clear on where the incident has happened and how frequently that is been happening, and it's very easy for them to take action along with the staff and the parents involved. That way there is a completeness to every incident and a closure for incidents, and proper appropriate action is taken around those incidents. And again, another important module is evaluation module here. Student evaluation is where not only you take students' scholastic ability like marks in the subjects and academic ability into consideration, but you can grade and evaluate students in overall personality development. As you see here, there are life skill, work habits, discipline. There are so many areas that we have already provided for you here, like general attitude, punctuality, quality of work, initiative. All this information can be used. We know that CBSE has a way of evaluation called CCE, Continuous Comprehensive Evaluation, for which we have a separate module. But evaluation module is for the organizations, schools and colleges, where they want to evaluate the student apart from the academics. So this is where this evaluation module becomes very effective for taking care of your students and making sure that your students are built and developed in overall personality. And now comes the most important module that all the CBSE institutions have been praising us about, is the CCE module, the only software in India where you have extreme flexibility in entering the data and maintaining the data, analyzing the data, and generating the term 1 and term 2 reports for CCE evaluation exactly according to the CBSE standards. We are continuously in touch with CBSE. Our organizations have a member who is continuously in touch with CBSE New Delhi, and we do get regular updates so that we update our software with all the descriptors, any changes in co-scholastic, co-curricular activities, self-awareness. All this information can be kept track here. As you see, all the descriptors are available. You just have to enter the grades, the final grade, and it calculates the final report, which I'll be showing in a second here. So I'll show you a quick term 1 report. So here we go. Just with the click of a button, after entering the information, the report is generated with the school logo and the details of the student with the exact format that CBSE has prescribed, with total working days, total attendance of the student. And then as you click next here, right there, you see that all this co-scholastic, co-curricular activities, all that information is presented to you in form of a nice booklet. In fact, the schools there that are already using this print this in form of a very nice book and present it to the parents at term 1 and term 2. And obviously you can export any of the reports in our system into an Excel document or a Word document or a PDF document, as you see here. So we have complete flexibility to use the data in whichever format, in whichever way you want to use. So CCE module is definitely the hallmark of Vidhyalayam. And then there are a lot of printouts that you can take for student here, right here, like study certificate, which is very commonly asked. If a student is transferred from school to school, that information can be printed out just by a click of a button. Self details, mark details, fee details, all that information. So student module is a very elaborate module. In fact, I haven't gone into much detail because it takes at least 2 to 3 hours to go into each and every screen and explain you what is in there. But you name it, it is there in Vidhyalayam. And again, staff module, another very elaborate and detailed module. You can create a new staff, you can edit staff, all the information can be tracked here: personal, family, education, address, emergency, every single detail is captured here. Also in the staff module, we have the ability to completely set the payroll for your school. This is where you can, in fact, I'll show you a quick example for a staff member here. So let's select a test staff that we just added. So here, basically, you can fix the salary. So when you click on the fixed salary, it brings out the staff details here. And then if you see here, look at how wonderfully the information is organized. Earnings and deductions tab. Earnings is where you can set all the basic information, all the basic pay, different types of benefits they would receive, like HRA, remote retention payment, special allowance, PF contributions, ESI contributions, all that can be done. And then at the end, it just sums up and adds all the information and puts up in the earnings total. And similarly with the deductions, you can decide all the taxes that you want to take from this salary. So TDS, professional tax, ESI employee contribution, PF employer contribution, loss of pay, for example, if there are any days, all that information can be maintained here. So let's say I'm going to deduct 450 for PF here. Let's say there is this TDS deduction here. So total deductions are 750, total earnings are 15,500. And now when we say click fix salary here, so the salary for that staff is now fixed. And then you can quickly also add bank details for that staff member. Another great feature. For example, here we'll quickly add some information here. I'm just going to type random information, and then let's say the account number. Let's say there is an account number. Purpose will say salary, and then we can just say some city's name here, check-in account, school pay, and then save that information. So now the bank details are already saved for that staff member, and now we will go and pay the salary. And see how simple and easy it is to do the payroll from Vidhyalayam. So now when you click on this, there are no advances that were given. So if you are giving any advances, you can track all those advances every month here. And then click on earnings. If you see, this is what we have entered in the fixing of the salary. Deductions are 750. And if you want to track the total number of working days, and then let's say number of days actually worked is only 20, and then the net salary, there you go. And here again you can change some of the information, because we do know that TDS can change in certain scenarios. Loss of pay amount can change in certain cases. So you do that, and then just click the button, and you will be surprised to see a wonderful pay slip generated with the school logo. This is the test logo that we have here. And then look at that, the name of the staff, designation, salary for the month of April, total number of days worked, all the earnings and all the deductions on one side, and then the net salary in amount in words is here. You can print this in a PDF format, Excel, Word document, whichever format you want to, and then give it to the staff members. And also there are some excellent reports that can be generated in terms of payroll, very efficiently done. So total salary, for example, if you look at this report, this is a great report where a principal or a senior management can print out for in the month of April all the salaries that are paid, and exactly all the details, all the breakdowns of each information. This is something that other schools have been using, this report. Basically they run the payroll, they fix the salary and generate the salary, and then they run this report, and then they just fax this information to the bank, and the salary is automatically paid to the staff members. So this again another great way. See, I have seen so many technology systems, ERP systems out there, but nowhere they give such an amazing flexibility to go back to any payslip of any year and any month. You pick the staff member, you pick the month, boom, there it is. You got all the details of the teacher or the staff member, and all the details of the pay that was made 5 years back, 10 years back. You can maintain all that information with click of a button. Highly effective module for payroll in Vidhyalayam. Again, the staff attendance can be taken here right away. Just with a click, you get all the staff here, and you can select the attendance here, and then that information is again saved instantly and generated in form of any reports, which we'll be taking a look at in a second. Another very important module is a teacher checkout. Like we know that a lot of times teachers have to leave the school for some emergency purpose, that information can be tracked here by the front office. Similar forms are also available for student or any visitors who come to the school to pick up the children. So all that information, you know when the student is checked out and when the student is checked back in to the school, and similarly with the staff. Another very important module is the staff evaluation module, which is being used by the schools to make sure that their staff are up to date in terms of their skills and preparation and performance. Again, this ensures that your school is on top of performance, making sure you are providing the best education to your students. Excellent module to review and provide feedback to your staff from end to end in all aspects, 360-degree dimensional view of what your staff performance is like, and help them improve their performance year by year so that your students are sent out with excellent academic skills. Again, another interesting module, very rarely found in any educational ERP, is the asset management module. We have taken a lot of time to create this module because we understand that every educational organization has lots of assets, from a simple asset like a desk, a chair, a board, a duster, it's an asset. School bus is an asset, refrigerator, lab equipment, library, all these are assets, and you can track their depreciation value and when their maintenance is done, when the auditing is done for those assets. All that information can be entered here, and you can generate reports and keep track of what are the assets that are depreciating. And again, this information is useful for you when you generate your financial statement at the end of the year, which shows all your expenditures, revenues, assets, and the net statement. And there are lots of printouts, again you can print from here. Let's move on. Then there are prints that can be given out for staff details and advances. So that's in a nutshell the staff module. Now let's move on to another important module, library module. As you have seen in the master data, where we can configure entire library details, where you can create the structure of your library. And then the beauty here is you don't even have to type all the information. If you have a barcode scanner, you just scan the information here, and that information immediately filters. For example, we'll type the book ID 8902, and you will be surprised to see it in split of a second it filters that book out, and now that book can be issued to the student. In fact, if you look at here, book account, this is where you associate a book with a member, book received, and then the outstanding accounts, outstanding fines can be tracked here. You can also add new members from your student list or from the staff. For example, both student could be a member or a staff could be a member. That flexibility we have provided here. So like when you click on staff, it brings up the list of the staff in your school or your educational institution, and you can create all types of information about the member, borrow limit, current borrow account, current received account, what is unpaid fine. All that information can be tracked from this module here. Let's now move out into other important modules of this school. For example, timetable module, which is very critical for any organization. You can define the entire timetable for your school from scratch. There is ability for you to define the, for example, class, how many days that class is run, and in a school day how many periods you have. And once that information is done, you can start creating your subjects. All the subjects are tracked here, and then you can create, all the teachers are here, and then you can assign the teachers to the class right here. There you go. With click of a button, you create the entire timetable structure, and then once you have that, you have this multi-dimensional matrix here where you can assign the teacher subjects to the periods. And there are also printouts available here for teachers as well as students. So if you want to print out a timetable for a class, you just come here and click on that information here. So let's say I pick up first class A. There you go. So you have the timetable for first class A section here in terms of periods and the days and the teachers and the subjects that are being taught by those teachers. Similar view you have for teachers also. So you select a teacher, and then it brings out all the subjects that teacher is teaching on different periods and different classes, is right here presented in form of a nice report. Now let's move on to another interesting module called alumni module, where you can track all your school alumni, or your educational organizations alumni who have left the institution and who are else somewhere, but you want to keep in touch with them, you want to communicate about different events that are happening. So you can create different events here. You can create different job opportunities. Let's say you have some job opportunities, you want to notify your alumni, you can do that from here by just click of a button. It will send an email. All that information can be tracked here. You can maintain all the profiles of the alumni here. You can create their profiles, you can have their email ID in hand, and whenever you have any important information you want to pass out to your alumni, you can do that from this module. And then another interesting module is inventory module. This is where you can keep track of all the purchases that you are doing for your organization. Let's say you want to order books, you are ordering furniture, all that information can be tracked here. As you have seen in the master data module, we were actually able to configure and create different products, suppliers and vendors information. And now this is where you create all the inventory, you maintain your inventory, you check your inventory. Again, I'm not going into all the details. This is a very high level demo. There are demos with all the details for each individual module where you can try to see each and every screen and understand the functionality of those modules. And next is the very important module, payments module, daily expenses, bank. You can create new bank accounts here, and you can connect your bank accounts here to track all your deposits and withdrawals, and then transportation expenditure if you have transportation for your educational organization. Again, hostel module, a very interesting module here. It depends if you have a hostel attached to your education institution. You can create a menu, you can create mess timings, mess expenditure, all that information can be tracked here. And if your school or college has sports meets, and that can be done here. Look at the beauty of this module. This is where you can basically track all the divisions, sports, teams, events, all the information, the games, coaches, that information can be tracked, and it is very easy to organize a sports meet, which is very commonly done in every educational institution. So these are basically various modules. As I mentioned, there are 35 modules right now in Vidhyalayam, and we are pushing for more to make sure that your life as an educational institution becomes very easy to maintain all this information at one place and use that information for enhancements of your organization, both for staff and for the students as well as the parents who are most important players in your organization. Also, this module here is a very critical module where you can define the security for the software. Basically, this is where you provide access to different staff members, and you can create different roles according to your needs. For example, we are giving you with some basic roles like administrator, principal, office assistant, teacher, librarian, and you can just select the name of the staff and then you can assign a role to them, and then when they log in, and you can even set the passwords right here. So the user is already there. It's excellent. So it's actually checking for a user that's already existing. So this is how you set up your entire staff who wants to access the system and provide them the passwords. And when they log in, depending on the type of the role they are assigned, they only see certain aspects of this information. Because I logged in as a super admin, I'm able to see all the details here. Let's say a teacher logs in, they can only see student related information and then any printouts or reports that are associated with the student. Similarly for librarian, when librarian logs in, they can see only library details, library module and library related reports. Or office admin can see only office related information. So we have structured the whole security model according to your flexible needs so that you define your security model. And you can also keep track of who logged into the system. This provides you all the details of login time and logout time, date, including the IP address from where that person has logged in. So it gives you every single detail to make sure that your system is fully secure and you can keep track of who is entering the system anytime. As we already seen, this is the add menu where you can do all the master data transactions, master data entry, where you can customize the school structure. And there are around 80 reports. There are around 40 online reports and around 40 printout reports. The difference between the online and printout reports is online reports is more useful for your day-to-day analysis. You want to quickly look at the information. You don't want to print, but you just want to get a quick glance of what is happening. For example, this report talks about the exams and subjects. So you can come here, you can type in the name of type student ID if you have, for example, let's say we type in here. So it instantly filters the information about that student, and quickly you can take a look at the exams. For example, you want to shortlist by class, you can do that. So there you go, you can section academic year if you are interested. Obviously there is nothing in 2013-14, 2014-15, and then you can sort it by examination. So this online reporting is useful for multidimensional analysis for your senior management. And like you see here, for student marks, attendance, health related reports, staff, again same thing, staff reports, attendance reports, advances that were provided to the staff, hostel, class, library, transactions, and report for the librarians, fee reports, absolutely useful for all the senior management to understand how much money is being collected on every single day, or by month, or by week, or by class. And same with the bus expenditures, bus payments, bus stages. You see there are tons of reports. I'm not going into all the details here. Very high level view is what I'm trying to provide you, so that you get just a very big picture. And if you're interested, we can go into the details in another demo. And again, if you go into the printouts, you have tons of reports that you can print out. Attendance, for example, student attendance, daily attendance. You go into the report, you select the class, there you go, you got the report. You can sort it by different types. If you want to sort it by absent or present, you can do that. You can select by section, you can even sort it by the date you want to view the attendance by. So you get the date, and then you can sort the information, and you can print this information, you can export it into Excel or PDF, whatever you want to do with that information. So there are again tons of reports here. Expenses, timetable reports, schedules, exam timetables, holiday lists that your school can maintain, bank deposits and withdrawals, incidents, again very important report, all the incidents that are happening in your school. You can generate a report every week, every day, to keep track of what are the incidents that are happening in the school. Inventory reports, products, all the orders that your school has made for different products, that can be tracked here. And very important module, a lot of people ask about this, and I'm going to take a little bit of time to explain you this. Message module is where you can send out emails and SMSs to all the players in the school, between staff, parents, and the school management. So let's click on SMS here. So as you see, you can send marks. For CCE module, you can send the CCE marks, you can send attendance, send any special events that are happening in your school, and any emergency incident that happens in the school. You just select the class, section, and then student ID, and there you go. It just pulls up the name, mobile number of the parent from the master data, and it click of a button, it will send a SMS to that mobile number instantly. In fact, the schools are currently using the send event module very effectively. They send all the homework for the entire class in one shot right here, and you just type the message, and that email is sent to all the parents in that class, so that they are aware of what homework is being given to their children. So it's a very highly effective module that integrates all the important players in your organization. Similarly with email, same thing here. If you come and select the class, section, let's say pick a student ID, and the examination results, there you go. If the parents have the email, it immediately pulls up the email ID here. Obviously in this case there is no email, so the email ID is instantly pulled here, and then that email is sent to the parent of the student. And again, this field is completely flexible. You can type in any information you want, or you can attach a file, attach a report to the parents, and click of a button, that email is sent to the parents. Again, similarly, you can do the same with CC marks, attendance, send the attendance reports, send events, send incidents. Everything is completely configurable according to your needs, and you can define the destiny of your organization with Vidhyalayam. Another excellent feature that we have added in Vidhyalayam is the ability to automatically send emails to the school management. In fact, a lot of our schools are benefiting from this feature, where every day in the evening after the school is over, maybe around 6 o'clock in the evening, an email is sent automatically to all the senior management of the school. That gives them a 360-degree perspective about all the things that happen in the school. And in fact, I'll show you a quick example of email that is sent. I'm showing it to you in my personal email here. So as you see here, Yotta Vidhyalayam is the sender of the email, and there are around 8 or 9 reports right here. So if you see daily expense details, inventory status, daily fee details, library due details. All the critical operations in the school are completely tracked and delivered to the senior management in form of a quick email. In fact, right now there is not much data, test data entered into the system, but this is exactly how would your email look like. Basically, for example, expenses report would show you all the expense types, amounts authorized by, and the organization name. Similarly, inventory status, if the school has ordered a new inventory, that information would be sent by email. So this email is triggered automatically without need of any physical intervention or manual intervention. So at the end of the day, management receives this email. For example, librarian, they receive an email that shows all the books that are due on a certain date. Similarly, any incidents that happen in the school are sent immediately to the senior management. And again, account details, account number, deposit names, all this valuable information, in fact even the student attendance, all the valuable information is sent out to the senior management without any intervention. Another great feature of Vidhyalayam. Hope you enjoyed all the features of Vidhyalayam. We'll continue to present you more modules, but for now, thank you for taking time to tune into our demo, and we'll continue to present more information. Thank you.